So for our morning a brief little yoga practice today, please start in child's pose and come on down, hips onto heels, forehead to the floor. Let the arms be extended, but let them relax. And find yourself breathing in a very steady way. Your ujjayi breath moving in and out like a beautiful rhythm that you can audibly hear, especially in our child's pose. And let that rhythm take your attention in and in. Establishing yourself in that steady breath. And begin to walk the fingertips to the top of the mat. Press down into the palms so the elbows lift. Let one shoulder drop and then the other as you begin to gently awaken into the shoulder. On your inhale, come up through tabletop. Shift the hips forward. You might need to slide back on your mat. We'll come all the way down onto the floor. Hands will stay right here underneath the shoulders. And you'll inhale, keep the feet on the floor, lift just the head and the shoulders up. Exhale, slowly resist gravity, forehead back down to the floor. Inhale again, lifting, squeezing into the spine, and exhale, release down. Two more. Good. You'll release the head down and press into the hands. Come up through tabletop again. Toes tuck this time. Downward facing dog. Walk it out. Bend the knees. Soften and awaken through the legs, the hips, the spine, and the shoulders. Taking good care, moving with a slowness, with an ease, with a comfort, with a sense of kindness for your body. And you'll take the feet to the hands. Hands come onto shins as you inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward and down, release the head completely. Again, inhale, lengthen the heart, lifting halfway. Exhale, fold deeper into the hamstrings. One last time. Inhale up halfway. And exhale, fold. Hands come onto the floor. Step your left foot back. Left foot's going to come back. We're headed to warrior one. Drop your left heel in and down and bring the hands up to the hips. Inhale, lift the torso. Leg is straight here. And then exhale, bend and press into that front right knee. And inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend and press. Feel the outer edge of your back foot long. Inhale, straighten. One more time. Exhale, bend. Now try to square the hips. Draw the right hip to the back of your mat. The left hip comes forward and send the arms up overhead. Steady gaze. Grab onto your left wrist. Left wrist will go up to the sky and then lean to the right just a bit. Keep bending into that front knee. Take a few breaths to open left side body. And on your inhale, come back up to center and palms touch. Open up warrior two. Adjust the feet. Good. We'll inhale, send the arms up, legs straight. Exhale, palms reach out as you bend the knee. Inhale, arms come up, legs straight. Exhale, pulse down. One more. All right, we're gonna hold here. Gaze forward to the tip of that middle finger. Feel the strength of the legs. Feel the opening and stretch of the legs. Feel free to pulse with this if you need a sense of warming into the hips, or just hold the steadiness if you want. Good. Straighten the leg. Sweep your left arm forward and try to square the hips. Again, like in that warrior one, this time hold on to the right wrist. As you hold on to the right wrist, look up and press those upper arm bones back. Sky archer. Breathe into wherever you're feeling this. Good. And as you release, come back down into this warrior two, extended side angle. Lean the torso forward, right elbow onto the knee, left palm turns up and reach overhead. Good. Come back up, warrior two. Turn the toes to point forward and heel toe the feet closer together, hands to hips. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, fold forward and down. Hands come onto the mat. Prasarita Padottanasana A. Let your head hang heavy. Breathe. Breathe into the backs of the hamstrings. Relax the jaw. Send that nurturing full breath into the body. Good. We'll inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, soften the knees, hands to hips, and come up with a flat back. Heels turn in, toes turn out. Hands slide down. And get into the hips a little bit. Move side to side. And coming back to the center, let's add in a twist. So inhale, lift the chest a bit. Exhale, drop right shoulder in and down. Look back over the left. Inhale, center. And exhale, drop left shoulder in and down. And inhale, back to center. Press the legs straight and you'll step to the top of the mat. Good. Shake out the legs. Inhale, send the arms up. Gaze to thumbs. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step your right foot back. Okay, so warrior one. Exhale, hands to hips here. Inhale, lift the torso, legs straight. Exhale, bend that left knee. Pulse down into this warrior one. Inhale to back out. Exhale, pulse down. Feel the back edge of your foot really rooting. Inhale to come out. Good. And again, release down. This time the hips. So this right hip comes forward, left hip comes back. Send the arms up. Steadiness in your warrior one. And exhale, open up. Oh, we're going to do this first, right? Yeah, straighten the leg, sky archer. So grab onto right wrist, leg is straight, press those upper arm bones up and back, look up to the sky and breathe. Now release your head to neutral. I'm remembering what I did on the other side. Bend that knee. Yeah, and we're going to actually lean to the left. So we added in a side bend too. And we'll come back up to center. Now open up to warrior two. Adjust the feet. And inhale, arms come up overhead as the leg straightens. Exhale, palms face down as you sink down into warrior two. Inhale, come up. Exhale, pulse down. Inhale, come on up. Nice. And exhale, pulse down. Gaze right at the tip of the middle finger. Now we straighten the leg, sweep this right arm forward, grab the left wrist, and come into Sky Archer. Last breath in. Good. Exhale, release those hands down to warrior two. Again, lean the torso forward, left elbow onto the thigh, right palm reaches, extended side angle. And slowly release. Come back up, warrior two. Nice. And release the hands down. Bring the feet closer together. Toes point forward, arms sweep up. Inhale here. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Take an inhale to lift the chin, open the chest, and exhale, take your forward fold. Hands coming overhead. You can soften the knees here, bend the knees if you like. So you can focus more in the shoulders and a bit less in the hamstrings. And hands release down to the floor. Inhale, come up halfway. We'll add in a different twist. Right fingertips or palm down under the face. Send your left arm up to the sky. Twist open here. You can go ahead and let your right hip drop down today to really focus on the twist and opening in the spine. And exhale, switch sides. Left hand comes down. Right arm comes up. Pause and breathe. Let the left hip drop. Press down firmly into the hand and the floor to help you find the strength to revolve the torso open. Last breath in. And as you exhale, both hands come down. We're headed to squat. So some might want to keep their feet this wide and let the butt come down and bring the forearms up here and take a half squat. This might be plenty. If you'd like to come into full squat, bringing your feet into that position that works for you, let the hips drop down and elbows to the inside of the knee. Take a few breaths. Deep, deep release into the hips. We'll take one more breath. Good. Hands release down and just make your way down onto your bottom and extend the legs out in front. Oh, and give them a vigorous shake and bounce. Really let those legs go. And as you come forward, lift the knees to wrap the hands under. Hold on to either your wrists or your elbows underneath your legs. Let your head drop down. Let your spine curl. So we want the spine to be in a C curve, head dropping and getting heavier and heavier with each passing breath. And if you want to straighten the feet away from you a little more, You're welcome to until you're getting a good stretch also in the hamstrings. And that'll look different for all of us. Okay, now release up out of this. Walk your hands behind, lift the heart, shift the weight from hand to hand. Very good. Lift the knees, feet onto the floor, slide forward because we're going to lie down. Hold on to the backs of the thighs and get support. As you roll out onto the back, hug the knees into the chest and rock side to side. Come to center and hold here. Step your left foot down onto the floor. Interlace your hands around the right shin and draw the knee towards the armpit on the right side. If you want, you can straighten your left leg out onto the floor as well. Energize out through the left heel. Make that whole left leg very active. Now listen, as we release, you'll roll out onto your left side. Left arm comes up overhead to become a pillow. Right heel goes to buttock. Reach your right hand back and grab the foot. Squeeze the foot into the buttock and then lengthen your right knee away from the hip and press the right knee behind you, any amount. Feel that wonderful release for the thigh, the hip flexor. And you'll take your knee, bring it forward onto the floor. Your left hand comes down to grab the knee. Right arm sweeps up and around, roll open into spinal twist. Gaze out towards your right fingertips. You'll unwind to center. Come onto your back. Step your right foot onto the floor to the inside of your left thigh. Supine tree, reclining tree. Let your right knee fall out to the side. Arms come up overhead and the elbows are bent. Let's take a few breaths here. Releasing the weight of your right leg, that right knee heavy, helping to open and release deep in the right hip. Also, just this wonderful sense of complete surrender here. A very exposed posture, heart opening posture. Breath feels easeful and free. That's a gesture of giving it all up, giving it all away. And you'll lift the right knee. And draw the left knee in, interlace the hands around the left shin. The knee draws in towards the armpit. The right knee stays lifted, or You can straighten the right leg out and make it active. Several breaths down into the bottom of the belly. And you'll roll over onto the right side. So right arm comes up overhead. Your head can rest onto that arm. Left hand grabs the foot, heel to buttock, and stretch that left thigh back behind the hip. Also gives some energy to stretch the knee away from the hip, growing longer in that thigh bone at the same time. Now that left knee comes forward. Place it onto the floor. Right hand grounds down. Left arm sweeps up and around. Gaze to the left fingertips, spinal twist. Make these breaths really count. Let your bones be completely heavy and feel the fullness of each and every breath doing its good work in the body. With your next inhale, come back to center and supine tree. So left foot comes to the inside of the right thigh and your left knee falls out to the side, arms overhead with elbows bent. Soften the left knee towards the earth, release it with gravity. Feel an ease in the lower belly. Very good. Let's straighten that leg out onto the floor. Wrap the arms around as if you're giving yourself a big hug and see if you can feel that, like you are actually giving yourself some affection and love in this moment. And from there, let the hands release down and out at the sides for Savasana. This is where I'm going to leave you for today. So please stay in Shavasana for as long as you comfortably can. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Imagine taking 10 minutes to just rest. What an act of rebellion in our society. Yeah, let's rest here for some time. Thank you for joining me in practice today. I'll see you next time.